Hey sis, hey, welcome to the Must Be the Mental podcast with Shar. This is the space where black women come to heal, be seen, and stop suffering in silence. I'm Shaaree McCalpine, licensed therapist, speaker, and your mental health bestie. So grab your favorite beverage and let's talk about it. Hey y'all, hey, I am Shar, your mental health bestie, and welcome to the Must Be the Mental podcast. Y'all already know what it is. We talk to Black women about Black things that happen every day and how we can move through it and gain understanding about it. Today, I have one of my favorite people. She's a licensed professional counselor. She's an author. She's smart. She talks to people in a way that's genuine and loving and concerned. I love that for us. When we talk about it's so hard to find a therapist that is of color, y'all, you better write down her credentials because she's gonna fill up fast, She is the junk when we talk about narcissistic behavior, right? So we're about to get into it. Y'all in for a treat. This lady is on fire to help you identify and to help you cope and to help you either move, or if you stay in a situation, she's going to tell you how to navigate through all of those things. But I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all gonna love her like I love her. So y'all get ready. Grab your favorite beverage. Put your bonnet on, your cozy pajamas. Twiggle your feet. You know how we rub them feet together when something is about to get juicy. Y'all know. Here we go. Let me introduce her to you. This is Felicia, y'all. You ready? Let's go. Hey, P.
Hey, Shaaree, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing good, my baby. I'm doing good. Tell these people what your private practice is, what your the buzzword we talk about niches. I feel like we do talk to our people in certain conversations, but what is the conversation you love best and that you feel like you have researched, personal backgrounds, stories that you're able to be an expert in the space that you're in?
Okay, I love you gave me that question, and I'm so excited and delighted to answer it.
I'm
Okay,
okay. I'm here for it. Okay.
so
Yes.
let's go. So you said, what's the name of the practice? The name of the practice is an acronym, FRAT, which stands for FRAT, but it really stands for Finding Resilience After Trauma, and that's what we do. We
That's
help
a
clients,
mouthful for real.
right?
How did you come up with that? Like, naming a thing is so important in spaces. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
tell my people. Like when people be like, yeah, I feel some kind of way. I need you to tell me what the emotion is that you feel. So that
Yes.
naming a thing is so important. But what you just did with your acronyms is
Mm-hmm.
so telling. And it is such an important acronym that kind of walk us through how you came up with that.
Right. So, as you and I know, as we talk about when people come into therapy because they've experienced trauma,
Mm-hmm.
and it's trauma from someone else who's given it to us, right? And
Mm-hmm.
all of us that have had trauma, and we can either complain and explain, or reset, or redirect, right? So, the
Yeah.
one thing that we want to do is have resilience. So, we want to help clients find resilience after the trauma. The trauma doesn't necessarily define them, but trauma does help shape us, right?
Right.
And we have to understand that sometimes our afflictions are necessary to take us to the next level. And you cannot grow unless something has caused you to stretch and to reach. And we
Mm-hmm.
know if we stay in the comfort zone, or if we stay in that safe zone, nothing grows, right?
Yep.
So we try our best at Frat House to help clients realize that, you know what, you are going to find your resilience after your trauma. You don't have to be strong, but what's non-negotiable is resilience.
Not non-negotiable. Come on,
You see
Fifi.
what, you see what I'm saying?
What led you to this space of therapy, of being a professional counselor? What was it that said, this is where I want to land up? This is my assignment. What brought you here?
You know what? God brought me here.
Mhm.
It truly, you know, my previous life, I was in administration for many years. And
Mhm.
then it got to the point that I realized, working in the healthcare sector, that as much as I moved and transferred around to different jobs as I got promoted, guess what? My staff would want to transfer too.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think a big part of that was because you're empathetic and you understand people's needs, right? And anytime you get to a point where you can actually help someone or understand someone, that's a beautiful gift to have,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
even more beautiful to be able to share. So I realized that I was doing what I thought I should do, and God redirected me and told me what I need to be doing. And
You better go
okay,
ahead and repeat that, baby. You said what I wanted to do.
right,
That's some
right,
tea.
right, right, right. And God was like, that's not your journey. Part of
Mhm.
that was part of your story, but that's not your journey. So guess what? We're gonna pivot you.
Mhm.
So I ended up pivoting and being a mental health therapist when I was actually going to school to get my MBA in business administration. But unbeknownst to me, God said, no, we about to do a 180. And
It's wild because I went to school and got my MBA, and y'all don't know, like, this right here is a connection, a God connection, a love connection.
it
Because
is.
sometimes I know that people see me and they're like, hey, she got all this stuff going on, she doing the thing, and y'all see the cleaned up version, the pretty version. But there
Mhm.
have been times of crash out, of not feeling so secure, not being so, what's the next step? Laying on the altar. This lady
Yes.
right here has sent messages that I needed to hear when I
Mm,
was in the thick of it, because
mm,
she's so anointed in not only empathy, mental health spaces, but in the space of discernment and alignment. So I
mhm.
love that for you. I do. I love that for me because I'm connected to you, and I love that for us.
Amen. Listen, either in life, you're going to leave a mark or you're going to leave a scar.
Oh,
The choice is up to us, right? So as mental health therapists, we try to help people heal their scars, right?
oh,
Because we want to leave a mark on their hearts and on their minds, right?
man, that hit. Oh, oh,
You see what I'm
come on,
saying?
me.
Right, right. And the best way to do that, as clinicians, we can either speak from book knowledge, we can speak from our opinion. But when we were the most powerful? When we speak from our own experiences.
Yes.
Right?
And that being said,
Hmm.
get into your area of expertise
Hmm.
in book knowledge, in therapy, in life experience. We talking about narcissistic behavior,
Hmm.
abuse, and being able to spot it. Um,
Hmm.
Felicia just had a whole conference, a webinar, about sheep and wolves clothing, because we
Hmm.
don't always know what to look for, because the social
Yes.
media site has had everybody just being buzzwords and like, oh,
Hmm.
everybody is a narcissist. No, everybody isn't a narcissist, because just because somebody wants what they want doesn't make them a narcissist. So right now, y'all got the real tea. Clock in, because we have an expert to tell you what narcissism looks like, and how to navigate it, and how to cope with it. So I'm about to kick a lock. Y'all remember that back in the day?
Lock,
And
lock,
key.
click, click. Right, right, right.
So y'all know this ain't my particular space of expertiseism. Is that a
Hmm.
word? But
For all intents and purposes on this show, it is okay.
so we're about to hear from the expert what it looks like. We can start off with the actual diagnosis, because
Mhm.
everybody can't diagnose a
Mhm.
narcissist, but
Mhm.
because we have clinical knowledge and we know how to diagnose, she can give y'all the real tea, not influencers, not everybody being like, oh, he's a narcissist because he wouldn't give me things.
Right.
He's a narcissist because I feel like, oh, I heard on TikTok a soundbite that said if he didn't do this, that he's a. So y'all about to get some real free juice, some real information, some real, like we laugh, we kidding around, but this is a space for y'all to have
Mhm.
real talk and real information. So I'm about to
Mhm.
put the spotlight on Miss Fifi and let her tell y'all her story, what it looks like, how y'all
Mhm.
don't have to be trapped. Come on and tell us
Mhm.
about these wolves.
Yes, yes, yes. So as we know that um we either hear the word narcissist and people get the word narcissist and narcissistic personality disorder confused,
Mm-hmm.
right? So all of us may have a little bit of narcissism in us, right? But when it becomes a detriment, it becomes a narcissistic personality disorder.
Absolutely.
Okay, so a disorder is something that's out of order, right?
Come
Okay,
on,
okay,
come on.
right. And so we need to learn how to keep order, right? Right,
Yes,
right,
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
right, right. So let's just kind of talk about some of those things that we see. So anytime that we start to see something that is a problem, and a problem is something different from a situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Situation is something that comes up, short lived. Hey, we can fix it. Life goes on. But when we talk about a problem, that's a problem,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Because
Yep.
be-
Uh-huh.
right, because problems have patterns to them.
That
Right?
part.
That part,
That part
right?
that we tend to skip over or give grace. Or I love my baby Cash Doll when she was like, we give grace, but then we let people get too much grace. Then they want to play like Gracie Corner. Like we ain't doing
Right,
that.
right,
So yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
right, right. And so if you truly have a narcissist, excuse me, in your world, you have a problem that
Mm-hmm.
has a pattern that you're going to be able to predict.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about it, we first start off, narcissists, they start off, oh my God, they love bomb. What? Let me just back this up.
Okay.
If you're chosen by a narcissist, because narcissists choose their people. So if
Mm-hmm.
they choose you, then guess what? That means you're an empath. And
Mm.
that means you have a big heart,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they know empaths feel things and they want to heal things, right?
Yep.
So if that's who you are, you have to be mindful who you are and be mindful to what you attract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because narcissists love empaths. They're like a moth to a flame, right? They're like a magnet, right? They want to come to you, right? And so what you have to realize during that period of time, a lot of times when we get chosen, and when I say we, because I'm talking about me, I'm not talking at you, I'm talking to you because this too was me. So what I say by that is that something as simple as narcissists will attach to you when you are pretty much in emotional starvation mode. And what I mean by that,
Hey, don't just skip over that. Like, wait,
right?
hold up.
Break it
Like,
down.
girl,
Break
wait.
it down. Listen, I'm gonna keep it simple, right? Because if we can reach you, then we can teach you, right? So
Yes.
what do
Oh.
I mean by emotional starvation mode? I
Mm-hmm.
like to say this. Say, for example, that you are a vegan
Mm-hmm.
and you have not had anything to eat in 3 or 4 days, 5 or 6 days, right? You got hunger pains, you're hungry, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then somebody offers you a nice steak. And you know your body not supposed to have that steak. But guess what? I've been in starvation mode, right?
Yes.
So what
Mm-hmm.
do? You eat it, but you
Mm-hmm.
get sick because it's
Yes.
not what you're supposed to have,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's the
So,
same thing when we be fasting and
mhm,
you break your fast and you just immediately jump into some garbage like cookies or McDonald's sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin.
Yes. And it's,
So yeah,
yeah,
that then okay, I get what you're saying. Okay.
right, right,
Mhm.
right. So if we are in a place where we're fragile and we just come out of a relationship or just come out of a sinking ship, a lot of times we will allow ourselves to be in this emotional starvation. And we don't realize that we are lacking something that we need emotionally to attach to, right? And so a lot of times when we're in starvation mode, we will attach to people or things that we should not
Mhm.
because we are hungry for that.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
So as we know, narcissists, they love to love bomb,
Yeah.
right? That's how they lay their land, right?
So tell our
So
people what love bombing is because we know what it is, but I like to break things down and make sure that everybody knows our terminology. So what
okay,
is love bombing?
okay, and you're so good. Like you said, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna take it elementary, right? We're gonna take it preschool, right? So when we talk about love bombing, we talk about just what that means. That means a surplus of affection. It means that I am doting over you. That means that I am giving you everything that you want. And the reason they're giving you everything you want is because you told them everything you was missing.
But so we giving them the blueprint. So
We
they got
give
to do is find
yes,
the treasure chest, right? So yes,
yes,
absolutely. Do you
yes.
find in your practice, in your experience, in your life that the narcissist will latch on to the people who are strong, who can give them the empathy, can do all those things.
Mhm.
Um, it's not a weak person that the narcissist wants to be involved with. Do you
You're
find that to be true?
yes, because you know why? Because the narcissist is weak,
Yes. Okay. Okay.
right? So guess what? I need to draw my strength, right? So I need to latch on. I need to become a parasite.
Mhm.
I
Ooh,
need
a
to find a I need to
parasite.
find
Ooh.
right. I need to find a
What?
host. Right.
Parasite, you hitting us in the heart. A parasite?
Yes,
Right.
baby.
Yeah.
Because you know, listen, parasite can't live without the host,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I need to latch on to
Mm-hmm.
something or someone that's going to feed me because I can't get fed by myself,
Ooh.
right? So if I drain you, I abuse you, and I use you, I'm doing everything I need to for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because true narcissistic personality disorders, it's not that they don't have empathy. Some of them don't, or either they have very low empathy,
Mm, mhm,
right?
mhm,
And
mhm.
so while you have been love bombed by this person, and it could be a male or a female, it doesn't have to, it goes both ways. Women
Mhm.
can be very narcissistic as well, you know,
Facts.
and as we know from our
Probably can do it better because
do it, right, right, right. You talk about look covert like a mug, right?
exactly right for sure, sis.
Covert, yes,
Mhm.
covert under the skirt, right?
Yeah. Wow. Exactly.
We
Facts.
just drop them how they come, right? We just drop them how they come, right?
Facts.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, we're just gonna keep it real here. And so a lot of
Do you
times,
describe a narcissist um clinically? Like the grandiose behavior. Like I want you to talk about what a narcissist looks like, not from social media's perspective, but
hmm
what does that look like in real terms?
hmm
How does that look?
well, like we said, one thing how it loses is always a problem. It's a breakdown in communication.
Mm,
Everyone can talk,
mm-hmm.
but it's an art to communicate.
Ooh, ooh,
Because if I'm communicating with you, that means you taking in what I'm saying. You
mm-hmm.
can regurgitate it back to what I mean, and
Yes.
you and I are on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
when you're talking about a narcissist, there is no negotiation with that because
Ooh,
what happens, they are so focused on what it is that they need that they totally dismiss what you're asking for. And with most people, what we're asking for is just effective communication, right? But narcissists don't want to give you that
Mhm.
because if I give you that, then that means I have empathy and I care about what you think. But that's not who they are. They
Mhm.
don't care about what you think. They care about what you can give,
Mhm.
right? So then we have those people. It's all about me, 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 right? No accountability whatsoever. None. And when I talk about no accountability, I'm talking about no accountability in stable employment. I'm talking about no accountability in regards to being the head of the household. I'm talking about no accountability in regards to making sure that they are there to support. When you come home and you say, "Hey, I'm stressed out. This is my day." I'm hearing you, but I'm not listening. They could care less. They're very dismissive. If it is not about them or around them, they could care less.
Thanks.
Real.
So, how does that look? How does that um talk to us about the flip of the coin? Because narcissists gonna do what they gonna do.
They're gonna do what they're
If
gonna
I'm
do.
in a place with a narcissist,
Hmm.
what's going on with me as a clinical person? What am I doing that I'm feeling like, oh, okay, I know that I'm not getting the best. I know that I'm doing all these things. What's happening on the other side of the coin?
So you know what happens on the other side of the coin? You feel
Uh-huh.
dismissed. You
Mhm.
feel not heard. But even more importantly, your body starts to tell you this ain't for you. And what I mean by that, we start to have neck pains, back pains, increased autoimmune challenges, walking on eggshells. You're at a point in your life when you get home and you or your phone rings. I can just tell you from my own experience, you know, from my ex husband, the husband, you know,
A
if he
husband.
yes,
Remember, Trina Braxton brought up that term.
yes, the husband's baby, and one of his things was very much control. And a lot of
Oh, it's
times, you know,
crazy.
I'm trying. Oh, control is a huge thing, and sometimes it comes disguised as love. And if you don't know anything differently, you think that this is love, right? Because if I can hide it
You
behind
can't
my
just go
control,
past that, Fifi.
okay.
So the mask, the disguise.
Hmm.
What are we looking at? If I'm a person,
Hmm.
I'm me, and
Yep.
I'm with a narcissist, and
Yep.
you say that they roll up on this with a disguise with the, what am I missing? Because I'm always trying to fit in, make sure you're good. What am I missing through your lens of how to change things, how to spot it? What am I missing?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, you know what? When you're in it, we have cataract vision until we don't.
Girl, why are you dropping all the gems? Come on,
Okay, so
people. I do
right.
that with my clients, but I talk about how we are in an airplane and the shit.
Mhm.
Sorry, Lord. We are in an airplane and they like, oh, we can't take off because a screw is missing. We rolling
Mhm.
and everybody running around looking for the screw. But the person
Mhm.
that's outside looking, they can see something different that I can't see.
Hello. Yes.
So the person
Yes.
that's outside and they like, oh, it's right here, it's underneath the plane. The person
Yes.
in the plane, because we are struggling, we want the plane to go faster. We want to get out of here. We in a mode of hurry up, hurry up. But the person that's
Yes.
outside that don't have nothing to gain, they like, oh,
Yes.
it's right there because they
Uh-huh.
see differently. But for
Yes.
the narcissist based on your clinical evaluation,
Mhm.
how does that change or how do we move or navigate through that?
You know, in regards to how do we I guess the question I guess I would say how do we get to the other side of through, right?
Yes.
Right.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
okay, so the first thing I would say, we have to have an epiphany. We have to realize that we are living in an if relationship opposed to what is relationship. Right. because
My
the if
God.
relationship,
Oh, somebody give me an emoji. I want to make sure where my engineer at, nigga. If you don't put in the mind blowing emoji, you are fired.
right? So what happens when we get in it, I would say narcissistic, but even a toxic relationship, if
Mm,
we base that relationship on the if he changes, if she changes, if they listen more, if they become more consistent, we
mhm,
have lived in if so long that we have to change our mindset
mhm,
and see if we are truly living in what is. And if it's a if and not an is, then guess what? We got some decisions to make,
mhm,
right? And as we know, the only thing in life we ever have to do is make a choice. That's it. And people say, nah, what do you mean by that? Look, I chose pink lipstick because I was feeling that way. You chose that beautiful ruby red. Hey, but if you're like, guess what? You would have chose again.
So again, boss lady from TLB, black owned. Come on, Melissa. Melissa, I wear your stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and tag her so that she can give me some credit. But I love
Yes,
her.
Melissa, it looks beautiful on her. I
Melissa, love
love it.
her.
Love those lips.
The
I told
lip
her, she should
balm.
be wearing it. Yeah,
But
your
I
lip
love your
balm.
lips too. I swear I do. That's your signature lip. It's so
My
cute.
pink, my
Yep.
pretty and pink lips.
Mhm.
And as we know that relationships are hard.
Oh my
They
God.
really are, right? Because it's give and take.
Mm-hmm.
And in a relationship, you want to be able to compromise, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to settle,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? Because we're settling, that means one person is getting everything and the other person's getting nothing,
Yeah.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of times narcissists will put us in emotional prisons,
Ooh,
right?
that is a lot. Because
To
prison
be
is crazy. I'm never going to nobody's prison.
right.
But then we don't think about the emotional prisons.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times we're free, but we are emotionally locked up. We are behind bars in our brain. And it's
Yeah.
all because of the trauma that we've experienced through the narcissistic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens a little bit over time.
Mm-hmm.
They take a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. And before you know it, you're second guessing who you are in the relationship, but you're also second guessing how do you navigate some of life's challenging conversations? Because a lot of times what happens, they'll start to gaslight us,
Mm-hmm.
right? And gaslighting is like, I said this, but you put your spin on it, and you took out the conjunction, right? The if and but or maybe, and you
Mm-hmm.
switched it to be applicable to what you
Ooh.
want,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now in your mind, you thinking about that. No, that's not what I said. And they're gonna regurgitate it back to you. That is what you said. And you
Yeah.
like, but that's not what don't tell. So now you think about, did I say it that way?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did it really happen that way? And if someone keeps doing it to you over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
until you start to have an aha moment and kind of reflect upon that, then you realize that maybe he or she's the problem and I'm not.
Yeah.
But
See, I
once you
know for
have,
me
mhm,
that I know what I said, I know what I did, I know what I know.
mhm,
I then start to feel like, what is this? Like, because you get dysregulated, right? And,
yes. Mm,
you know,
yes. Talk
when,
about that dysregulation. Yes.
yes. So talk about that piece where like, you crazy. That didn't happen. And then you start thinking like, what the are you crazy? This is weird. And then they
Yes.
recruit people to make you feel like you are the problem, and it just takes you off your square. How do you
Yes.
navigate that?
Yes. But like you said, the key to that is they knock you off your emotional equilibrium.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you have to sometimes sit back and reflect because, like you said, when we talk about dysregulated, that means that our body is like antsy, like racing. You're just like jittery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have to pay attention to what's going on internally within you and also identify the feeling, but also identify the problem that gave you the feeling,
Yes. It's
right?
also crazy when you didn't never have this until you
Yes.
in a space with this particular person.
Yes.
Never felt none of this. And now you are trying to figure out what is this? Like, wait,
Ye-
I never felt like this before. So
Yes.
what does that look like, Fee?
Yes. So what that looks like you said, perfect point. You never felt like this before. And like I
Mm-hmm.
said, over time it gets more and more dysregulated. You become more and more short tempered, or you become more and more irritable. You become more and more anxious. Like
Yes.
you realize
Mm-hmm.
your stress is like this. Your ears, your shoulders become your earrings, right? because,
The
because
dinosaur. The dinosaur.
right, you walk well like this because you're so stressed out, right?
Yes, right.
And you start to realize who you were, you no longer are.
Yes, right. They change your whole DNA.
They change your whole DNA, and like you said, and as we know, as trauma happens, it rewires the brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they have that other part of that oxytocin with that intermittent reinforcement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you think everything is good, or when you're at odds, and there's that discord, and that person is trying to manipulate you or gaslight you, then they'll come back and they'll do that intermittent positive reinforcement and bring you the flowers, cook you the dinner, run your bubble bath, do all them little things that
Mm-hmm.
they know to seduce you and to get you off kilter, to get that emotional equilibrium off. And you start second guessing yourself. And that's that part where you know what? I'm baiting you because I
Okay.
want you to feel secure again. Because
Mm-hmm.
as long as you don't feel secure, then that means that's what I can't attack you like I normally do. But if I ride the wave and I get you up high again and I get you feeling good again, then I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna start crashing you down.
Yes.
And as I try to tear you down, and then you
Mm-hmm.
feel this up and down, and you're just like, wait a minute, this is love, but is it love without communication? Or is it communication without love? Or is it love at all? Right? And then
I
you got to
feel like
start.
that's the thing. I feel like people don't know what love is.
Mm,
And if we attach things like, oh, he bringing me flowers every day.
mhm,
I want people to really just sit in a space to understand what love really is because love is different
mhm.
for everybody. For me,
Yes.
I don't need you to bring me no flowers. That's not my
Mhm,
love language.
mhm,
And I
mhm,
know that people have really been attached to love languages.
mhm.
I really work on attachment wounds
Yes.
because attachment is different. And I
Mhm,
know that social media have taught people to be in a space of love languages. Oh,
mhm,
um, gifts, this, all these things. Like I
mhm,
feel like all the love languages apply. I
mhm,
want gifts. I want words of affection. I want all of those languages. But
mhm,
when we talk about attachment, when we
mhm,
talk about how you show up for me when I'm not strong,
mhm.
how you
Yes.
show up when
Yes.
I'm falling flat, how do you show up? And
Yes.
I just feel like a lot of times we, as women in the situations, we are programmed
Mhm,
to not only be a person of empathy, the kids, we do all invisible labor, but we are. I feel like we don't be. truthful to ourselves.
I can agree with that.
Okay. How do you feel about that piece of I want to do all the things. I want to have a career. I want to do all these things. I want to make sure my kids is good. I want to make sure my family good. We at the age where we will make sure that our mothers are good. We want to make sure that we good. But the real talk is how we show up for ourselves and the guilt or not guilt of being okay with
Mhm.
not being the provider of all things.
Mhm.
How
I
do
get it.
you connect that to narcissistic behavior and being a person that I still take care of the person who is being a narcissistic
Mhm.
behavioral
Mhm.
person to me?
Mhm. I get
So
it.
how do you do that? Because you said you want to you go through a lens of I've been through this.
Mhm.
So I'm coming to you and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I want to make sure that he good. I want to do all the coddling. I don't
Mhm.
know what to do. How do you then tell me that, girl, get your shit together? This nigga ain't for you.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, people on my podcast, that's how I talk.
We keep it real so you can heal, right? Okay.
We keep it real so we can heal. Hey,
Absolutely right.
so how does that look?
Okay. So you know what? It's reflection that leads to redirection. Okay. So in order to change, we cannot change anyone but ourselves. That's it. No
Mhm,
comma, strictly a period with a
mhm.
T. Okay. Right?
That's absolutely that's true.
So so when clients come in, and this is even for myself, even when clients come in and they bring you all the characteristics and attributes that they're dealing with their significant other. And one of the things I tell them to do, as much as I tell myself, I need you to start writing down what you hear. I need
From
what you
what?
hear from your narcissist.
Okay. Mhm.
I need you to write down the tone, what was said, and how it made you feel. If
That's
you
a
are
good point. Let's not fly through that because see,
okay,
it's so often that people try to weaponize how you feel.
mm,
It's not that serious. You doing too
mhm,
much. You know, they
mhm,
weaponize
mhm,
how you
mhm,
feel. It's not
mhm,
about any of that because if I feel like, dang, I don't feel supported. I don't feel
mhm.
like but when we talk to our people, we talk to our closest support system, and then they say, well, I don't feel like it's that important. Ain't nothing else out here, sis. You need to stay and stick and stay.
Mhm.
How does that then change the narrative or make the conversation different?
I think the key thing that you said more than anything, when they tell you that there's nothing else out there, it may not be nothing out there for them, but baby, there's something out there for me, and it's called me. Okay?
Listen,
Okay.
I'm gonna probably age myself,
Did you hear me?
but
Did you see me?
different world really the different world, a different world. I really want to talk to Debbie Allen. I want to go into the space when
Mhm.
it was an episode where Whitley was talking to Gina because she had been abused. And
Okay.
she was like, I don't have nobody else. You always, she told Whitley, you always got somebody because you pretty. You are in a space where people fuck with you.
Mhm.
He said, I will never forget. She said, yes, I always got somebody. I always got Whitley. That's
Yes.
the point that I was like, I was in college and I was like,
Yes.
hi.
Yes.
So girl, like we don't integrate and say that I got me. I
Yes.
even when I at my big grown age, I got married, what, 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
No, 6 years ago. I don't know. But
Okay.
it was the weirdest thing to me because I
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of accomplishments
Mm-hmm.
that people took off their hats. They, oh, congratulations, you getting married. Like, why is that such an accomplishment
Mm-hmm.
for people to be like, oh, 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 I'm so proud of you. You proud of me because the nigga chose me? Like, what
Mm-hmm.
you talking about? Like, girl, that's that accomplishment because I've had a bunch of I'm the GOAT. Like, is you crazy? Even that part, like
Yeah.
I'm so established right now to say that,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm the GOAT. Like, I
Yeah.
seriously
Yeah.
am in factory reset that the Lord really put me on another level because I always knew I was the shit. I always knew
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Mm-hmm.
always knew that.
Mm-hmm.
But people always tried to humble me. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
know why, but that
Mm-hmm.
was the thing. But
Mm-hmm.
now you can't tell me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I want
Mm-hmm.
all of our girls, all of our people right now to be in a space where if I fall, I fall. If I don't, I don't. So
Yes.
you I only brought that up to say that the narcissistic behavior of us picking the wrong people and
Mm-hmm.
those people picking us, because
Mm-hmm.
I certainly feel like, now tell me if I'm wrong because you're the expert in this space, that the narcissist picks people who are strong and tries to break that down. So you feel
Absolutely.
like, okay. So what do you feel about
Absolutely.
that? What do you feel about that, sis?
You know, you know, my feelings about that is they mirror or they want to mirror what we have,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's a reflection. Your mate is a reflection of you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And what you don't have, hopefully they do have.
Mm-hmm.
And conversely, right? And that's a good thing when you're talking about a healthy, respectful, mutual relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it becomes catastrophic when one person is in relationship and the other person is in a victimship. Mhm.
Somebody get me a cocktail. The fuck? I need a cocktail. I'm gonna drink
Okay,
some water because this is
okay,
why you ain't tell me you was going hard right now, sis.
okay, okay. We're
Why
going
you
hard in
didn't
the
tell me
paint,
you was
right?
going hard in the paint?
We're going hard in the paint, right?
Cocktail.
Right? There we go. And a lot of times when you are coming from a genuine heart and you're really trying your best to make things work, you cannot fathom in your mind that another person's thought process will be as skewed as it is. And so, what happens in that process where you trying to keep it real so you can relate so the ship can sail,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this person hasn't a clue as to what you're talking about. Even if you
Woo!
gave them a vowel, A-E-I-O-U, they still ain't got a clue. Okay.
I'm about to pass out. AEIOU. You listen, B. You because I know for me, I usually
Mhm,
don't I can spot a narcissist. I can spot all
mhm,
those things.
mhm,
But I have been in a space where the people I surround myself with
mhm.
then give opinions that stop my discernment, that stop my thought
Mm,
process. Friends be like, ain't nothing else out here. I'm not even looking for nothing else out here, but I already know if I got this, I can get better. But when we are with our people, and because their perspective is skewed,
mhm. Yes,
they
yes.
turn us into something that's different. And
Listen,
yeah.
listen. Sometimes everybody that's married is not happy. Sometimes people will have a lifetime sentence opposed to a lifetime commitment.
Mm, mm. Mm.
That goes back to that prison mentality again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm free, but I'm an emotional prisoner
Mm-hmm.
right here. Because guess what? I'm settling instead of
Yes,
compromising.
absolutely.
I'm living in the if and I'm not living in the is,
Yes. Yeah.
right? And that will kill you quicker than anything.
Absolutely.
Waiting, right?
I literally did a paper in college because I'm a lifelong student. I'm gonna do an
Mhm,
MBA. I'm gonna do an MA. I'm gonna do a nursing degree. I'm gonna do all the things because I
mhm,
love being in
mhm,
school. But what
mhm,
I do remember is there was a conversation where they said they had people in prison and they were like, "Hey, you can pick door A and B.
mhm,
A, you can stay here and you know what it is. B, you don't know what it is, but you walk out that door."
mhm,
Nobody picked B. And B was the life of freedom. But
mhm,
because we are so stuck in being
mhm.
afraid of what's next,
Yeah.
I know the hell I'm in right now. I'll
Yes.
take that over what could be.
Yes.
I'm not that girly.
Yeah.
I'm going to take option B. If
Yes.
there's something else
Mhm.
out there, let me see what that
Yes.
looks like. Let me see what
Yes.
that look like. Because
Yes.
I don't want to be in a space ever
Mhm.
that I feel like I'm just gonna settle in this space. And it's only because of my faith. And again,
Mhm.
y'all know y'all can click off at any time. I
Mhm.
am going to talk about my faith. I
Yes.
know that the Lord only wants good for me. And the only reason
Absolutely.
why it hasn't showed up the way it was supposed to is because of
Yes.
me.
Yes. Yes.
So
We have to
when
learn how to
you
get out of the
said
way. Yeah.
that you counsel people not only on what narcissism looks like, what they need to do, but you counsel them on how you in your own life have dealt with it. What is that? What have you dealt with that you know is a different thing?
Well, I think more than anything is just realizing that there was a point in time where I had cataract vision.
Mm,
Okay.
mhm,
And what I mean by that is I could see, but I couldn't see. Or better yet, I could hear and I could see. But you know what? I'll say this. You know the word believe, the word believe, the word right in the middle of believe is the word lie.
y'all get it together. Don't put
You
this in my life. What the what?
okay,
Oh, go
okay,
ahead, sis.
okay. So guess what? I was believing the lie.
Yes. And
Something
we
like
do because they make it so convenient. They
yeah,
they put a bow on that.
wrap it up, give it yes. Yes. And
Like
it's only
why?
when
I never
yes,
knew why though.
right, you see what I'm saying? And it's only when and I gotta say, like you said, take it back to the spiritual piece. It's
Mhm.
only when God allows you to see what was hidden. When we're talking about covert narcissists, that means that person is incognito, right? That means they are a master manipulator. That means when you do something over and over and over and over again, you become a master at it, right? We
Yeah.
master therapists because we've done it 15, 16, 17, 18 years, right? We become good at it. But anything you do all the time, whether it's lie, whether you steal, whether you cheat, guess what? If you do it all the time, you're going to master that. You're
Mhm.
going to be good at your craft because you're going to have practice at it,
Yeah.
right? And it's only when you get to that point in time when you start to realize a couple of things that you're having these same problems all the time. And these same problems are having patterns to them. And you
Mhm.
can predict what the outcome is going to be, right?
Yes.
And you start to realize this is not healthy. It's not
Mhm.
healthy for me. It may be healthy for them, but at the same point in time, you have to do what's best for you.
Mhm.
And like I said, either a person's going to be a lifetime commitment or they're going to be a lifetime sentence,
Ooh,
right? And right,
yikes.
right. And you have to determine in your life what it is that you want. And anything is attainable. You have to just be hungry enough and willing enough to change. Life is ever changing. You can either let somebody choose for you or you can choose for yourself, but let somebody choose for you is choosing anyway.
What's the fear value for people that are in situations, and we are specifically talking about your partner being a narcissist? What's the fear value that does not allow you to say, I'm done? I don't want to be here no more.
I think with people, you take sometimes some people stay in relationships 8 years, 20 years, 25 years, and it goes back to what you're saying. People say, there's nothing else out here, right?
Mhm.
Girl, say what I hear. Well, I ain't gonna say shit. Can I say shit?
Yes, shut the fuck
Right?
shit.
Okay. Shit. Well, shit. You know what this is over here,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
you know what this is over here, right? And if this shit over here stinks
Yeah.
and you don't like it and you keep sniffing it, what you think gonna eventually happen? Right? Shit
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep happening, right?
It keeps happening.
It keeps
I hate
happening,
when
right?
people be like, you got to stay with the devil, Why would I? I would rather
Yes.
be the fuck alone than have
Yes.
somebody treat
Mhm.
me so disrespectful. And and it's so crazy because we stay with these people, we do these things, and then they still do their big one. They go and
Yes.
find somebody else because they
Yes.
need you. They need the strong person to
Yes.
navigate what they want. And then we get so dysregulated. We get
Yes.
PTSD. We get all the things that wasn't attached to us.
Yes.
Are really strong and we do the thing, but because we are so afraid of being alone, which is weird. Talk to me
Mhm.
about why women, and not women, Black women are so afraid of being alone that
You know
we still attach ourselves to bullshit.
I still think it goes back to society.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I do. I think that, but now, I think things are changing right now because I think now, right now, more women are educated than men, and we hold our own. And I
Yep.
think at one point in time, I think it was financial piece of it, and I think sometimes people feel like, you know what, I don't want to grow old by myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, if you married and it ain't working, you by yourself anyway. Okay, so it's difference between being by yourself and being alone. Because one thing that you said that was very powerful in your statement was that, like what Whitney said, I got me. We always got me. So just because I'm alone does not mean that I'm by myself. My
Absolutely.
company is good company, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think people sometimes get so caught up in not wanting to have the autonomy to find out who they really truly are.
Fee, I
You
took
know,
a whole long breath.
you
They
know
get
what I mean?
in what, sis? What do they
You
get
know what I'm
caught?
saying? But they don't get caught, they don't allow themselves to really know thyself. They don't give themselves the autonomy to find out, who am I? Yes, I'm somebody's wife. Yes, I'm a therapist. Yes, I'm somebody's sister. Yes, I'm somebody's daughter. But who the hell are you?
Exactly. That
Who
piece.
are you? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I know these other things, but if you take all that away, who are you? Who are you in the core? Well, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that sometimes people get scared, or better yet, they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to know you, in order to change you, you got to know you.
Baby. You, girl. Y'all, I'm gonna have to bring Fifi back because she still has not even touched the surface of
You know
experience
how we can go.
of what's next. Like y'all already know how I kick the game. When I bring people on, it's real talk, real raw. We talk about real shit all the time.
Yes,
That's what it is. I know
absolutely.
that we have, as Black women, and y'all don't get offended. I'm not excluding any other nationality, but I'm a Black woman. So we have a different conversation. We
Mhm.
have a different love language. We have a different attachment. All the things
Mhm.
that we do are different. So
Mhm.
y'all can come and talk. I don't want to exclude nobody. You can look, you can peep in the shades. But the people that I do this for is because
Mhm.
I've been through all this. The people
Mhm.
I bring on, they've been through it. And Fee
Mhm.
has not even talked to y'all about her life and how
Mhm.
that manifested into
Mhm.
this to help y'all not live in a space of narcissistic abuse because
Mhm.
we don't talk about none of that.
Mhm.
We didn't even know that was a conversation. If
Right?
we talk about it, who knew that? Who knew all
Yes.
narcissistic behavior? All I
Yes.
was like, this don't feel good.
Yes.
But I know what the real deal was and
Yes.
how that we have experts that can give you real deal Holyfield information.
Yes.
Oh, so my girl, my baby, is going to tell y'all how y'all can reach her, what her counseling sessions look like, what her consultations look like, and we are going to have part two. No, I mess with French the long way. Je
Yes.
m'appelle. I love French. This is my love
Yes.
language. I love French. But we
Yes.
have not even touched the surface. So our next episode is going to talk about how to identify what
Mhm.
her conversation looked like for her own personal view.
Mhm.
We're going to talk about how you can get out, or if you wish to stay, some coping strategies of how
Mhm.
to stay with a narcissistic personality partner, male,
Mhm.
female partnership, friendship. We're going to talk about that too. So,
Mhm.
y'all tune in for part two. So, I'm going to let her tell y'all how y'all can get in touch. If y'all want to ask questions, she's going to leave her emails and all of her information. So y'all gonna be good. Y'all gonna be good. Like I give y'all all the people that's tea
Mhm.
that's gonna get y'all on point. So
Absolutely.
go ahead and tell us,
Absolutely.
Felicia, how we can get in touch with you, your emails, your socials. Let's get into that part.
Okay. Okay, great. So the name of the practice is FRAT, FRAT. It stands for Finding Resilience After Trauma. I am located at 39393 Van Dyke, Sterling Heights, Michigan. My Instagram is Fifi J LPC. My Facebook is fratthousecounseling.com. Frat House Counseling is what it is. So if you want to reach me, you can find me through Felicia Johnson at fratthousecounseling.com. And like Shaaree said, um, I'm not only an expert in it, but I've lived it. I'm not speaking to you from advice. I should say I'm speaking to you from experience
Mhm.
and not an opinion. And when you go through something and you get on the other side of through, you can help somebody else get on the other side of through because you know what it takes to put on your life jacket. Even though you've been thrown out the boat, you still know how to float. Okay, because that's what we do. Find resilience after trauma.
Y'all heard all these gems, and it was for free. Listen, I'm going to link all of her information below because y'all need. When we be talking about, oh, I can't find a black therapist. Oh, I need a little love. All these stupid stuff. I am giving you all of the things, all of the resources that you all can level up. This is a source right here. Her
Mhm.
I would go see her today. Like this is everything. But y'all, I'm going to do Mental Health Monday. She's going to be on the podcast, but we're going to do part two because we're not finished at all. It's so much more. But my thing is, I want y'all to move from survival to thriving. I want you to
Mhm.
be in a space where you are not feeling like I got to be with this dude because I don't got nothing else. And
Mhm.
it's going to show y'all how to move out of that space. I want her to leave y'all with one nugget from her practice, from her life that y'all need to work on. So give me one thing that we can sign off on for you. What do you want
Okay.
to say?
So
One
what
little,
I'm gonna one little nugget, just one.
yep.
So like I tell my clients, either you're gonna complain and explain, or you're gonna reset and redirect.
Whew.
That's my nugget.
I'm living that piece for sure. I
Me
swear.
too.
I'm living that for sure. So y'all, I will see y'all on the couch. Love you for real, for real. Y'all see that this is Felicia Johnson with the Frat Counseling. We will talk to y'all later.